Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your host, Dr. Haider Shah. On behalf of Carvos, I would like to welcome all of you to this webinar. Thank you very much for joining us. Today we have another very interesting topic, and I'm really honored to welcome and introduce our distinguished guest speaker who is going to talk about how to design and apply constructivism activities to improve student productivity. Throughout this session, we will discuss into the practical methodologies and innovative approaches to enhance student productivity through the strategic application of constructivist learning techniques. So let's embark on this journey together to explore how can we empower learners and optimize their productivity in the classroom. So indeed, very interesting topic. I'm sure you will learn a lot from this session because we have an expert with us in today's this session. So stay tuned because amazing stuff are coming ahead in this session. So before we start, I would like to thank Calvas for arranging such enlightenment sessions, for their support and providing us such a wonderful platform. The aim of Calvas is to give you the opportunity to connect and interact with world-renowned speakers, academic leaders, teachers, authors, researchers, experts, professionals, and businessmen to learn from their experiences, recommendations, and suggestions, which will create an impact and will enable you to learn and develop yourself in order to grow and transform individually, as well as to contribute to the world in a positive way. As our slogan is "Come, learn, and share knowledge." So today we have amazing person as guest. He is a well-known personality in academia, having a wonderful and vast experience, and he is always engaged in multiple activities simultaneously, contributing in numerous ways and having a vast experience exposure. So let me introduce him formally. He gained his first doctoral degree in Doctor of Business Administration (DBA) degree in Marketing Management from University of Technology and Management (UITM) Poland, and a Master of Science in Business Information System from Heilbronn University, Germany. He is currently acting director of Swinburne, Vietnam, Denang location come media and business lecturer. He has over 18 years of experience and over 12 years in teaching and sharing at both over enterprises and over 2022 higher education institute in Vietnam. His research interests in social media, the public relation, marketing, the marketing in higher education, innovation, technology, methodology, data-driven marketing, information system, standards-based curriculum, experience learning, gamification in education. Recently, he completed and obtained his second and third doctoral degree, a professional doctorate in education administration and leadership, and doctor of philosophy in media and communication from European International University, Paris, into 2023, which can assist him in personal development plan and professional career, current role in leading administrating the international higher education as well as teaching media business. Last but not the least, he's a wonderful speaker, author, teacher, researcher, professional, and above everything, a great human being. So please help me in welcoming our guest, Dr. Tran Minh Thong. Welcome to the Carlos platform, and thank you very much for joining us, dear Dr. Thong.
Thank you so much for your introduction, Dr. Harrison. Today, I'm very
Yeah.
honored and happy to be here to share with you the research that I have implemented. So,
Thank you
if you
very
are
much.
ready, I can
Yeah,
start
thank
my
you. And
presentation.
yeah, sure, please. Thank you for accepting our invitation and looking forward for a wonderful content which you are going to share with our audience from around the globe. So over to you, dear Dr. Tom. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, hello everyone. I hope you are doing great, and I hope that my presentation can benefit you in your research as a teacher, as an educator. So, the topic of my research is how to design and apply constructivism activity to improve student productivity. So the outcome of my presentation is to help you design and apply constructivism activity to teaching students. Number two, based on this, you can increase student productivity, exciting learning in your classroom by using constructivism activity. So here is the agenda of my empirical study on the application of innovative teaching method at higher education. So my presentation had three sections. The first one, I want to share with you the selective learning and teaching model. Number two, I would like to share with you the theoretical underpinnings. And the last one, I want to share with you my practical application of the model. So now let's go to the first part. I would like to share with you my selective learning model. As you can see on the slide, my research is based on the co-learning style about experiential learning model. So there are 4 sessions. The first one, they talk about specific experience. And you can see that new experience or situation is an encounter or reinterpretation of an existing experience. Number 2, reflective observation of new experience. Number 3, the abstract concept. Reflection gives rise to a new idea and modification of an existing abstract concept. And lastly, number 4, active experimentation. This is very important because the learners can apply their idea into the world around them to see what happened. So my research focus on active experimentation. It means that the student, after they learn the theory, they do something by practicing. Next, I would like to compare the traditional with the constructivist classroom. As you can see from traditional classroom, the curriculum begins with the part of the whole or emphasize the basic skill. However, the constructivist classroom emphasize big concepts, beginning with the whole and expanding, including parts. For the constructivism classroom, pursuit of student question and interest is value. So we focus on the student question and interest. Number 3, materials include primary sources of material and manipulated material. Number 4, learning is interactive. It's not one-way learning. It's a two-way or many ways interactive learning, building on what the student already know. This is the key words of constructivism theory. Lastly, teacher have a dialogue with the student, helping the student to construct their new knowledge. This is very important. We help the student to construct their knowledge. And here are the main things. I would like to suggest you 15 activities. Here are the 15 activities that encourage in the constructivist classroom. You can use one of them or you can use many of them. The first one is very interesting, is the gamification and experimentation. So based on the experimentation and gamification, students individually perform their experience and then come together as a class to discuss the result. Number 2 is the project. So students research a topic and then can present their finding to the class. Number 3, field trip. Field trip allows students to put their concept and idea in a real-world context. Number 4, film. So deliver visual context for the student to learn experience. Number 5, classroom discussion. So you let the student discuss in your class so that they can focus question and allow open discussion for the topic so that you can engage the student in the class, so you can help the student to express their idea and allow peer evaluation, allow peer discussion. Number 6, you can give question or quiz issue. You can prompt students to formulate their own question. Number 7, case study. I often use case study in my class because the best practices can allow students to practice analysis skill. We not only teach the student the major, but we can teach the student the analysis skill. This skill is very important for many people, including students, right? Because when they graduate, they go to work, they have a good analysis skill. So you can provide as many case studies as possible in the class to allow students to understand more about the theory. So for example, this is the theory, this is the case study, and the case study student can map with the theory. So now it can become one, and the student will understand the theory more deeply. Number 8 is multiple intelligence. Number 9 is collaborate learning. This is kind of group work, and you the peer as the resources, then the student they can learn from each other. Number 10 is the reciprocal learning. Allow pair of students to teach from each other. Let the student teach from each student. However, this method have a limitation that if the student they have a wrong knowledge, and then they can share the wrong knowledge. So as the teacher, you should stand there and allow the student to share, but to revise the student if what they share is wrong, and to confirm what they share is correct. Number 11 is inquiry-based learning. Inquiry-based learning is about learner pose their question and seek answer to their question via research and direct observation. Number 12, PBL, which I like the most. PBL is the project-based learning or problem-based learning. The main idea of PBL is similar to IBL, that learners acquire knowledge by devising a solution to a problem. So we can train the student the problem-based learning. They can solve the problem, real-life problem or real-world problem that the student work together to devise a solution. So by teaching this methodology, you can help the student to have the creativity skill because they think solution to the problem. Then you can train them creativity skill at the same time while you are training your student, your major. Number 13 is corporate learning, similar to pair learning. Let the student work in group, and then they can, each member of the team is responsible not only for learning what is taught, but also for helping teammates so that you can help the student. For example, in the class, if you have a very weak student, then you can ask a good student to work with the weak student so that they can help each other in their learning, and then they can improve. So we learn by learn from classmates. Number 14 is mind mapping. This activity, student list or categorize the concept and idea related to topic. So for mind mapping, you can use some software like XMind or MindMaster. There are many software which is related to mind mapping. Free, there are many free software. For example, XMind, very good software and free software for your student to use. By using mind map, you can train the student the problem solving skill. You can systemize the theory. Student can base on mind mapping to remember or summarizing the lesson so that they can remember the lesson longer by using software like XMind. The last one, 15 activity, I call hands-on activity. Hands-on activity encourage students to manipulate their environment or particular learning tool. So teacher can use a checklist and observation to assess the student's success with particular material. So hands-on activity can help the student to practice and apply what they are learning so that they can remember longer. So these are 15 activities that I can suggest to you. Now, after you deliver the constructivism activity, your question is about assessment and evaluation. How do we assess the student after we decide a constructivism activity? So here are the table components that describe the constructivist teaching by Galton, which are used as a constructivism rubric for the lesson. So there are 6 groups of criteria, and there are 4-point rating, ranging from strongly agree number 3, agree number 2, slightly agree number 1, or not observe. So by this, as a teacher observation, you can observe the other teacher, and then you base on these 6 group of criteria to observe the teacher in the class. And if the teacher in the class can follow all of these rubrics, then you are successful in delivering the constructivism methodology. For example, number one, rubric is about give student existing knowledge to guide teaching. So you check if you strongly agree number three, or this one number one, or did the teacher challenge student initial idea? If no, you cannot observe, you can mark 0. Or make idea accessible to student. If you can slightly agree, then you can mark number 2. Okay, so these are the rubric to measure the teacher's performance and to measure the participation of the student in the class. Similarly, for rubric number 2, rubric number 3, and then rubric number 4, number 5, number 6. For example, rubric number 6 provide the opportunity for the student to utilize the idea. If the teacher relate current teaching bond to previous knowledge, and then you can observe, and then you can write 3. Or if the teacher allows students to apply knowledge to a new student to a real world problem, if the teacher can do this, you can mark number 3 or number 2. So it's up to the observation that you can mark the teacher based on the 4-bond rating, like this. So let's see the assessment and evaluation rubric for the constructivism teaching methodology, so that we can make sure that we are applying the constructivism correctly. Now I would like to go to another model. It's called T-Pack model. What does it mean by T-Pack model? T-Pack model by Shah and Kohler. So basically, T-Pack model is based on the combination of the 3 areas. As you can see that, number 1 area is technological knowledge. Number 2 is pedagogical knowledge. And number 3 is content knowledge. You can combine them together to become a T-Pack model. All right. So these 3 components of integrated knowledge together. Now I will go to my last one, a practical application of the model. This is my practical best practices. For example, I have applied the project BBL, the project and problem-based learning, to foster a culture of collaboration where the student can where I can create more exciting and engaging learning experience for my student. This is the class that I teach at Swinburne, Vietnam at FPT University. As you can see that they are playing game. No, they are learning in my class by using game. This they can present their reports in a group. They are working in a group and they are presenting their project. This is the final project that they're presenting in group. So by creating this activity in the class, you can make the student more engaging, create experience learning for the student, and then I can remember the lesson longer and deeply. And this is the business fair. This is the business fair. I allow students to create a business fair where they can sell things. This is the project-based learning. They sell things, real money, real project, and real market. They can set up, like a fair, and they sell things to other students, other teacher on the campus, and the student, they can make money right on the class by offer them real project. This is the marketing unit. I'm teaching the marketing unit for business students. The next is, you can see that this is their fair. This is me. This is the coffee shop of my student. This is a food shop. This is a music performance. The student, they can write music performance to attract customer, to attract people to go to their shop and to buy things. So the unique apply is the principle of marketing for business students at Swinburne, Vietnam. They are presenting their final project. And this is the unit I apply for is the IMC, Integrated Marketing Communication. So these 2 units that I apply the constructivism, for example, project and problem-based learning, so that I can create experience learning in a group for the student. Next is digital marketing. The unit I apply is digital marketing. I let the student to sell things online. This is real project, real money. The student, they are selling things online. So you can see that they are presenting their business proposal for phone accessory. And they are presenting the product, their strategy on Facebook and social media. And this is the fan page that I share the fan page of my student that's advertising and selling things online. Because this is the digital marketing. So I assign the project, the BBL methodology for the student. This is the real project, real money. The student, they did the project for real. They invest their own money. They open a shop on Facebook. They open a shop on Shopee, Lazada, and many other e-commerce platforms so that they can sell things online. And after that, they report the real numbers. So by letting the student doing real project, you can help your student to avoid plagiarism, right? Because this is a real project. On the numbers, on the data, on the picture are real. So the student, they can avoid plagiarism because this is a real project. The number, the data is from the student, not someone else. By doing this, you can provide student opportunity for experience learning. Next is I apply the technology. I apply feedback model by gamification. I use simulation and EBL methodology, experiential based learning, to provide student learning journey. I'm teaching the hospitality student, so I give 4 games which are free and available on Google Play and App Store to enhance learning for the unit Introduction to Hospitality. So here are the 4 games. You can see that roller coaster, My Cafe, Hotel Empire, Chicken, Resort Chicken. This is the best group that they are doing real project. So because they are hospitality students, so they can use all of the free application on the App Store and Google Play. They play the game for real. After they play the game, they understand the hospitality in terms of the room division, F&B division, restaurant division, things like that. So I can increase the collaboration experience in group. Next is I apply to game-based learning. I use the game Virtuonomic when I teach online during the COVID-19. During the COVID-19, I taught the unit entrepreneurship for the business student. And this is the educational technology and the game applied is Virtuonomic. So this is the result of the student on the numbers for real, the marketing number, employee, finance, and think this is the real number. This is the picture that I capture from my student. On the numbers are for real because during the COVID-19, the student have to learn online. So how to engage the student when they are learning online, right? So you can assign game to the student and they play the game online and then they report you the real number. So by doing this, you can help the student engage in the class and they can apply learning theory and provide opportunity for experience learning. Experiential learning is very important for the student during the COVID-19. The semester is in the COVID-19. So I taught online and this is how I apply technology, how I apply game-based learning to teach my students during the COVID-19. And this is the result of my student. They present online. You can see this is my student. They are presenting the final project online. They are presenting their business model online. They are presenting market analysis online. They are presenting business model canvas. They are presenting the final number, break-even point. Everything is real number, real project. So by doing this, the student, they can apply gamification when they learn online. So finding, my research shows that construct learning, project-based learning, game-based learning can meet the AACB standard. For those of you who don't know what AACB means, AACB for business accreditation, that accredited the business program for university. So my research can certify standard number 4 curriculum. It means that the school curriculum promotes and fosters innovation, experiential learning and a lifelong learning mindset. So the curricular and extracurricular should be innovative, experiential learning, and foster engagement among learner and between learner, faculty, and with business practices. Another finding is this is the output standard of the subject introduction to hospitality, and I use game-based project. So by doing this, the matching with learning outcome is 70% that I can match with the learning outcome of the unit. The next unit is entrepreneurship unit. I apply game-based learning, and here are seven learning outcome. Here are 7 outcome, and then the right matching is 71%. That game-based project can match 71% of learning outcome. The last unit I apply project-based learning is the IMC, Integrated Marketing Communication. So by doing this, the matching learning outcome will be 100%. It means that I can match 3 learning outcome of the unit, integrated marketing communication, by using project-based learning. Conclusion. Research has demonstrated that students in a project-based learning score higher than students in traditional classroom. Project-based learning allows students to learn by doing. This is very important. You can allow students to learn by doing and applying ideas. So the relevant and application of the model to the current teaching and to provide student experience. Student experience is very important. And we can let the student to learn in a real world. This is important because the student, they don't like to learn theory. All right. So this is my conclusion and discussion. So, and this is my preferences for my research. Thank you for your listening. And now I would love to listen to your feedback and your question. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tong, for such a wonderful content while sharing with our audience from around the globe. I really enjoyed. Right from the first slides, the content was so great, so simple, but yet contains so heavyweight stuff. I could see the core model, and then the 15 suggested activities were so grateful, and some of them which we are already applying in the class as a class teacher. I was really amazed to see that how you have organized the different approaches and activities in order to make it very easy for other teachers to learn from it. I think that's the wonderful part, that you have included each and everything in that one to 2 slides of 15 suggested activities. I love that thing. Apart from that, I really appreciate the TPAC model and all those things. And I love the way you just applied those concepts while giving and engaging the students in real world activities. And you have given them tasks not only in the normal routine, but also in a COVID, that you kept engage them in the different activities through how can they make money, even how can they sell products through online, and giving them orientation regarding the different apps relevant to the hospitality industry, and all those things was so nice. I think these are the real tips which the people are looking forward from people like you who are the experts in the field, and how they are keeping their student engaged, and how can they make the experiential learning, which is the wonderful part. And I love the project-based learning model, which we usually follow them, because we want them to come up with the problem solution, to come up with the critical thinking in order to solve the problems which the people are facing, and they can utilize it. I think a wonderful content you have shared with our audience from around the globe, and now you can see a lot of questions are waiting in the queue for your explanation, and I can see some of questions you have already addressed, but there are certain questions which needs your attention. So let me start with the first question, please. So the first question, as you can see on the screen as well, that are there specific consideration or modification needed when applying techniques in various subjects at grade level. It varies from level to level and grade to grade. Yes, please.
So based on my knowledge, I don't think there is no specific consideration or modification, because constructivism teaching methodology is based on the student previous knowledge, and then you can ask the student to create their knowledge. And then, for example, if you use the project-based learning, you can teach high school student or you can teach college or university student. So I don't think there is a specific consideration. No, you can apply from different grade level, high school, college level, university level, even you take master degree. If you are teaching master degree, you can use constructivism, because I am teaching a master degree, the MBA program. I also apply constructivism teaching methodology for master degree and for bachelor degree. So the answer is no. There is no specific consideration.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you very much. I think these are the real doubts and certain activities which play a significant role, because somehow the faculty member, they also consider that whether they should be asking such kind of questions from the students of bachelor, particularly at degree level or diploma level, even on master's level, depending upon the severity and depending upon which kind of program they are enrolled in. So very nicely you have talked that we can incorporate this constructivism approach in anywhere, depending upon and considering the students. So now another very interesting question they want to ask that Dr. Tong, how do you assess and measure the success of constructivist activities in terms of student mastery, engagement, and productivity while considering the varied learning objectives? Yes, please.
So as I present before, now I share again my slide. As you can see on the slide that I present the assessment and evaluation. So your question is about assessment, right? How do we assess the teacher and how do we assess the success of the constructive activity? Here you can see that you can use a 4-point rating ranging from this, and this is the rubric. There are 6 groups of rubric, as you can see on my slide. So based on this, you can measure the success of the constructivism teaching methodology by using this rubric by Galton. So these components that describe the constructivism teaching. So this you can measure. By doing this, you can measure. All right. So this is the research from the table component describe teaching, constructive teaching by Galton. So you can go to the journal to find the research about Galton 1995. And then you can use this table to measure the success of the constructivism class. Thank you. I hope I can answer your question.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you very much. And I love the way you just mentioned it, that you went back to your content, the slides, and you showed it that from where it connects and how can you explain it very well. I think you are using the both memory simultaneously, the visuality and the audio as well, because you not only explain it, but also related to your content that you have already discussed it, but you elaborated for our audience as well. And another very interesting question they want to ask regarding the different technological tools, since you are the expert of it and you are already applying these tools with the students. So they want to ask the question that Dr. Tong, what technological tools are digital platform align with the constructivist principles and significantly contribute to enhancing student engagement and productivity? Yes, please.
So here I can share with you that the game here, as you can see that the technology tool is I use the free games on the App Store and Google Play. There are many free games on the App Store and Google Play. The next game is Virtuonomic. This game is not free, but the Virtuonomic is a virtual gamification that you can apply when you teach business student. And there are many other technology tool when you teach online is like Google Jamboard. You know Google Jamboard? You can use Google Jamboard. You can use many Microsoft Teams. So there are many free technology tools that you can apply. Many, I repeat, Google Jamboard, free, Virtuonomic, and then you can download many free games for business student, for IT student, for hospitality student. There are many games. If you are the English teacher, so I believe there are English teacher here who are listening to me. If you are English teacher, there are hundreds of free application for the English teacher to use and teach English to your student. Even soft skill, you can use technology to teach soft skill like this. Thank you. There are many.
Wow. Really, Dr. Tong, wonderful answer to this question. And I think you have very nicely talked for the English teachers that how can they take advantage of the different free applications in order to enhance the student understanding regarding the English and other things. And I think we are living in the digital era, and since you have a degree in the digital marketing, etc., so you see that now everything is online and different apps are there, but it is up to us that how we are going to take advantage of those apps. That's the most importantly. I think the orientation and awareness regarding the different apps will make the difference, which you people are doing wonderful. Thank you very much. And since we have the time limitation, one last question, which is very interesting as well. So they want to ask regarding the self-regulation. So the question is, could you elaborate on the role of metacognition in constructivist activities and its impact on student self-regulation and productivity as well? Yes, please.
So in terms of student self-regulation and productivity, for example, when I teach the unique entrepreneurship online during the COVID-19, so there were some students who were sleeping in my class, but I don't care if they are sleeping in my class or not, but all I care is to improve productivity in the class. As long as your student they do the exercise in the class, as well they are using the game to learn the theory, and then as long as you can use the project-based learning, the student they participate in the project with their classmates, their team, and then the whole team will do the project together. And then after the project, they present the project, and then each of the student in the group must present their findings, must present their result. Based on their presenting, you can understand which student who understand the lesson, which student who do not understand the question. By listening to your student, by asking question to your student, and then you can make sure that the productivity of the student. So that's what I can measure my student when they participate in the project-based learning. Yeah.
Wow, thank you very much, Dr. Thong, and very nicely you have talked about that how you gauge it. Actually, in the last slide, in the conclusion, you also discussed this part that how you actually gauge and measure the students based on the numbers and even based on their findings. So I think you have very nicely said that it doesn't matter that whether they are sleeping or not in the class, but what they do and how they perform and what results they bring, that matters a lot. So really very interesting, and thank you very much for such a wonderful content and powerful presentation you have shared with our audience from around the globe. And Dr. Tong, at the end of the session, we ask our each guest regarding their message to the world. So what is your message to the world as a speaker, author, teacher, researcher, trainer, learner, and educator? Yes, please.
Thank you. As a teacher, I wish you could be inspiring teacher. A good teacher can teach the student the knowledge, but the best teacher is the inspiring teacher who can lead the student how to learn by helping your student self-learning. You know, self-learning is very important for the student. So as the teacher, we not only teach the knowledge, the skill, but we teach the student how to learn. We teach them how to learn is very important. Then teach them the knowledge. So be a great and inspiring teacher, because it's not easy to be a teacher. As a teacher, you could be a father, you could be a leader, you could be a brother, and you could be a friend. So try to be inspiring teacher, inspire your student to learn. day by day and help your student to improve their version. You don't need to teach your student to be the best person. You just teach your student to be the better version of themselves. As long as you can make your student a better version of themselves, then you are a great teacher. So good luck with your teaching, and hopefully as a teacher, we can help students to change the world. Finally, a happy teacher can change the world. Be a happy teacher in the class. Thank you.
Wow, what a powerful message you have given to the world, Dr. Tong. I really loved your message. What you said, that you need to inspire them and you need to teach them how to learn. What a powerful message you have given. It is just like you have squeezed the ocean into a drop, and it contains everything that if you teach them how to learn, they can do wonders. And very nicely you have said it, that they could not be the best, but they could be the best version of themselves. Very particular and very nice message you have given to the world. And last message, that be a happy teacher is above everything, because when you go to the class and you are happy, so definitely it will be reflected to the all students, and it will create a positive environment in the class, and then there is a medium of exchange of knowledge and information. I believe such a powerful messages you have given in such a short message, and you're a wonderful expert, and you have a great expertise on this, since you are having 3 doctorates. So definitely you have a vast experience and exposure, and that's why you have given such a wonderful content and presentation along with the wonderful message. So thank you once again. And to the audience that do follow our distinguished guest speaker through his research work, and you can email him for future learning and guidance. He is very generous and always ready to help the people. Moreover, wonderful explanation and powerful content which the great speaker has already elaborated will help you to learn and develop your understanding regarding the topic. That's all we have time for today. And thank you once again, Dr. Tran, Minh, Tung. It was a great session, and it was a pleasure to have you with us. And I would like to thank our audience who joined us. So thank you all for your support and liking our session. Stay tuned, as many sessions are on the way. Please do not miss any session. Until next session, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.